Hello and welcome back to another reaction of The Last of Us. We are diving into the season finale of season 1 today. What a journey this has been. I have loved all these episodes. They have been absolutely amazing. I've absolutely loved most of the changes. There's some changes I want to be fond of, but welcome the alternative approach. There are some things I have clearly forgotten, which I am sorry about that. But I do know this very last mission very well, as this was a combination of a bit of a zombie mayhem in the basement of the hospital, where there's a bit of a zombie infestation going on underneath it, with some hybrid combination of multiple human bodies stuck together in one big cordyceps monster. And then after that, it's basically a big shootout, getting to Ellie, and then leaving the hospital, basically. So that is what happened in the game. How much of this is going to transfer over to the episode, I don't know. I am really curious, and I can't wait to dive in. I have no idea how they're going to interpret the big multi-person cordyceps monster thingy into the last episode, but I'm very curious to see how this last episode ends and if it does differ from the video game. Let's take a wander into this episode, shall we?
It's me! Anyone?
Oh, bloody hell. There wasn't a zombie in sight when she was running across the field. How did the zombie find her? So quick too! Head! Head! Oh, I'm guessing this is Ellie then.
Yeah, you tell her. You fucking tell her.
I recognise her voice.
Anna?
Is that her mum's name? Didn't know that.
It's not your fault.
We were delayed getting out of the zone.
She's hungry. She needs to be fed, and I didn't want to nurse her. I cut it before it was bit. Find someone to bring her up and make sure that she's safe.
I can't do that.
And I want you to give her this.
Oh, that's why she'd rather use that knife.
Her name is Ellie.
I can't.
How long
What do you
have
mean
we
you
known
fucking
each other?
can?
Our whole lives.
Fucking do it then.
So you pick her up right now, and then you kill me.
I can't kill you.
No, please, please,
Send someone else in it, please.
Marlene!
That's a hard ask, to be fair. That is really hard.
Take this.
The only way you could look at it is like a mercy kill.
Cover her ears.
Did you even cover the ears?
Did you hear me?
No? What?
Beefaroni, Chef Boyardee.
Oh, cool.
What's that?
Have you ever played this? Boggle? It's a word
What's
game.
Boggle?
If you want to beat me at something, it would be this. Well, all right then. Getting
Oh,
close.
bless her.
Got it.
Oh, bless her. I bet she's traumatized still.
Take this for me.
The time you wouldn't even let her hold one.
Thanks. He had a guitar in that RV. It's all smashed up, but got me thinking, maybe I should find one. I haven't played in forever. In fact, I was thinking maybe I could teach you. I bet you'd be great at it. You want to learn how to play guitar?
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, yeah.
I would have thought he'd be the one fishing
That'd
for
be great.
talk. Bless Ellie.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking.
Cut through that building to get around that stuff, find a skyscraper, go up and look around.
Actually, this time I was thinking we'd blast our way through that rubble. I found some dynamite in that RV back there.
Really?
No, so we're gonna cut through that building, find a skyscraper, go up and look around.
I would have thought he would have told a joke.
If I get you up there, you can drop that ladder down. Maybe we go through that way. Come on, I'll give you a boost.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, fine.
Just you kind of seem extra quiet today. So.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Did you hear what I...
Yeah, boost.
1, 2, up!
Finally, it feels like we've never had any of this in this entire series. This is what like most of the game was about, was sending Ellie somewhere or you going somewhere and...
Whoa.
Damn it, Ellie!
You gotta see this!
Ellie! Ellie!
Come on!
At least her spirits has lifted. I suppose they had to keep that ladder scene in it.
Ellie!
Come on, just go with it. This is the happiest she's probably been in however many days it's been. I mean, especially if you're saying extra quiet. She's the one that you couldn't get to shut up at the beginning. Straight out of the game.
Don't scare it.
I won't.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Can you hurry up? Come on.
Aww.
Hey there. So fucking cool. Oh, where's she going? Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Bless her.
Okay.
Yeah, just go with it, Joel. She needs this after what she went through. Well, a few of them. Damn, a whole herd.
Is it everything you hoped for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny that view.
Look, I don't know exactly where this hospital is.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Maybe there's nothing bad out there, but so far there's always been something bad out there.
We're still here, though.
I'm only saying there's a risk. We don't have to do this. I want you to know that.
What do you mean? What else are we supposed to do?
Nothing. We just go back to Tommy's. We forget about the whole damn thing.
After all we've been through, it can't be for nothing. I know you mean well. I know you want to protect me. You have. And when we're done, we'll go wherever you want. Tommy's, the moon. I'll follow you anywhere you go. But there's no halfway with this. We finish what we started. Was this a Fedra thing?
No. Army. The first few days after the outbreak, emergency medical camps. They had me in one just like this.
With Sarah?
No, she was gone already.
Oh, so what was wrong with you?
Just for this.
The guy who shot and missed.
Second day.
Well, I gotta hand it to the Army people. They were way better at stitching you up than I was.
It was me. I was the guy who shot and missed.
What's this his final heart-to-heart moment with her? Oh, he's finally opening
There's no
up.
story. Sarah died, and I couldn't see the point anymore. And I wasn't scared either. I was ready. I went to pull the trigger. I flinched. Still don't know why. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all this
I
is...
know why you're telling me all this.
Yeah, I reckon you do.
So time heals all wounds, I guess.
It wasn't time that did it.
Oh.
I'm glad that didn't work out.
Me too.
We should probably get going.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm in the mood for?
What?
Shitty puns.
Finally! They've been so missing in this whole series.
People are making apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow. Too soon?
No, it's topical.
Moon rocks taste better than Earth rocks. Why? A meteor.
That's terrible.
Oh,
That's
fuck
a
you.
that,
That was actually good.
that's a
I
0
think-
out of 10.
All right.
I don't get that one.
Say to the purple grape. Breathe, you idiot.
Hey?
That's a 3 out of 10.
7.
I'll give it a 5.
That be behind you. Oh, no, bad time for jokes. Well, so good save, Joel.
Ellie!
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, so this must be the Fireflies. I swear there were bandits before you got to the Fireflies.
Welcome to the Fireflies. Easy. You got hit pretty hard. Patrol didn't know who you were.
It's still pretty brutal for a guy with a little girl.
Not even a scratch. She's mostly worried about you.
Where is she?
We lost half our crew crossing the country. How'd you do it?
It was all her. She fought like hell to get here.
She would have been dead on day one. You are the one person I never wanted to be in debt to. But I owe you. We all owe you.
Just take me to her.
I can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
Already?
What surgery?
This is
Our
a shitty
doctor,
bit.
he thinks that the cordyceps in Ellie has grown with her since, produces a kind of chemical messenger. It makes normal cordyceps think that she's cordyceps. It's why she's immune. He's going to remove it from her, multiply the cells in a lab, produce those chemical messengers, and then we can give it to everyone. He thinks it could be a cure, Joel. A cure.
It's a vaccine. A cure fixes what was done.
Cordyceps grows inside the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else. We didn't tell her. We didn't cause her any fear. There won't be any pain.
No, you take me to her. You take me to her right now! Oh!
This is the one thing I was hoping to get a bit more backstory.
I'm sorry. I have no other choice.
Everyone has a choice, which is what she should have got.
Walk him out to the highway. Leave him there with his pack. Give him this. If he tries anything, shoot him.
I don't agree with how they did things. They should have done it differently. She should have had a choice.
I didn't hear anyone say stop.
Which way?
Down the stairs. The fuck are you doing? Keep walking.
Where is she? I don't have time for this.
This is a really tricky one because I don't agree with either approach. They've both gone to both ends of extreme.
Unhook her.
How did you get in here?
I said unhook her.
I won't let you take her.
Unhook her. Move!
Oh my God. Please.
Cover her arm. Turn around.
Elevator's working.
Can't keep her safe forever. No matter how many people you kill, she's gonna grow up, Joel. And then you'll die, or she'll leave. How long till she's torn apart by infected or murdered by raiders? Because she lives in a broken world that you could have saved.
Maybe, but it isn't for you to decide.
Or you.
Exactly, it should have been her choice.
So what would she decide, huh? Because I think she'd want to do what's right. And you know it. It's not too late. Even now. Even after what you've
Kind of
done.
it is he just shot the daughter.
We can still find a way.
The correct way would have let her live for a bit. Keep her with the fireflies. And have like firefly protection or something. That would have been the correct way, is to actually let her live a little before you take her life.
What?
It's all right. You're with me. Take it slow. The drugs are still wearing off. They were running some tests on you, and some others. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. Dozens of them. The doctors, they couldn't make any of it work. They've actually... They've stopped looking for a cure.
Where are my clothes?
Raiders attacked the hospital. I barely got you out of there. We'll find you some new ones on the way.
Are people hurt?
Yes.
Is Marlene okay?
I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck's sake again! 2 shots and she's still alive!
You've just come after her. Well, she got us close enough. We gotta walk the rest of the way. Probably about a 5-hour hike, but we can manage that. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, Sarah and I used to hike like this all the time. I wouldn't say it was her favorite thing. She wasn't a fan of the mosquitoes and such. Or scampering. That's
The
probably
second
the
one,
right
scamper.
She'd see a big rock, and just, she would have liked you. Definitely different kids.
How so?
Well, she was a lot more, I want to say girly, and I'm not saying that you're not girly.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. She was taller. Do you know why I think she'd like you?
Why?
Badass
Because
attitude.
you're funny.
And that.
Anyway, I bet you would have liked her back.
Yeah, bet I would have.
That's a pretty well looked after city they have there. Looks pretty cool.
There you go. Not much further now.
Hey, wait. Back in Kansas City, you asked me about the first time I killed someone. When I got bit in the mall, I wasn't on my own. My best friend was there. We didn't know what to do, and she says, we can just wait it out, be all poetic, and just lose our minds together. And then she did. And I had to. Her name was Riley. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
That's not on you.
I know.
Look, sometimes things don't work out the way we hope. You find something new to fight for. And maybe that's not what you
Swear to
want.
me. Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
Well, that concludes season 1. I absolutely loved the series. The season finale definitely felt a little bit flat though. And I think my main gripe, I'll start with my gripes first before I get into all the good fun stuff, is my main gripe with this whole season is it feels like it just misses so much out of the story. Now, I had a quick Google to refresh my memory of how many hours gameplay there is of the game, and it says about 15 to 20 hours of gameplay, but still 15 hours. And obviously that gameplay time also includes all the cutscenes, so there's a lot of story and stuff there that it's like missed out almost. And I just feel like there's just so much missing. They've gone on a few episodes, they've gone off and showed us these backstories, spin off stories, and flashback stories, and they were beautiful, and I loved those so much. But it feels like we were robbed of so much Joel and Ellie's story. And it's like, first few episodes, they were at each other's throats. Joel didn't want nothing to do with Ellie. I feel like so much is missing. It's like one of the things that terrified me in the games. Going into the tunnels where those literally terrified the life out of me playing those missions in the game, as they would always be filled with like those stalker ones, which were, if I remember rightly, there were like 4 main stages of infected. You have the standard infecteds that are just like typical, like they that run at you. Then you had the stalkers they were fast, they were quiet, and they had really good hearing, and they were so scary because they just jump out at you without you realizing. And then obviously later you get the clickers, which we saw a few of, which were great. And then later the bloaters. Now we get one bloater and then entire franchise, and even that was done a bit of a hatchet job, as the whole purpose of the infected is to infect other people to add it to its chain network thing. And the bloater we see the bloater, all the bloater does is rip some guy's head off and probably rip a few other people in half and stuff. It's like the bloater acted like some sort of professional wrestler rather than some infected out to infect other people. Now, the clickers in here, they were done perfect. They were beautifully terrifying and scary. I remember that very second episode where they scared the living daylights out of me. My heart was going rapidly during the entire sequence of them in the top floor of the museum, was it? That was frighteningly scary, and that's another thing that was missing. In the game, there are so many moments where you're just like terrified out your life because you've got to do survival and you've got to sneak around and hide from these lethal zombies that we never got. And then obviously not to mention the whole fact that the spores went missing, and I guess that would have been harder to incorporate into the into a live action one. But I'm pretty sure they have sport like that's how the fungus infects stuff in real life, it's via spores. So it just feels a little bit rocky on this like zombie part. Not only does it feel a little bit rocky, it just feels like the zombies are completely missing from the story. And the same can go for like raiders too, because raiders and bad people that you have to fight off were another thing that was like a major part of the story that we barely see much of. I mean, we see the raiders attack Bill and Franks, and then we see like rebels as like another form of raiders, I guess. But all in all, my main criticism with this series is it just feels like it's cut so short. When they showed that they're happy to go off and do spin-offs, backstories, and different stories from the main storyline, but it feels like we got that at the expense of the main story that we all loved. Why couldn't we have that as well as the main story? It just feels like this 9 episodes could have been easily 15, but we could have had a few amazing episodes rather than taking away and robbing story that everyone loved. So that's the one thing I wasn't too fond of. On the flip side, I did love all these spin-off stories. I mean, Bill and Frank's story was absolutely beautiful and lovely, and it's such a great flip to see an alternative story to the main story. It was so refreshing and new. I loved it. I absolutely loved all the little flashback sequences, the spin-off stories, everything that we didn't get to see previously. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Even seeing the backstory to about the rebels with Henry and Sam, all their little stories was absolutely amazing. And seeing the little flashback story earlier this episode with how Ellie became obviously was immune to cordyceps. So great. And speaking of Ellie's immunity, which is also relevant to this latest episode, is both sides went completely the wrong way about the whole situation. Ellie should have had a choice. Now, I get what the Fireflies were trying to do, the whole painless, no stress, no anxiety. She went to sleep and that was the end. I get the approach that they tried to do. But still, it's a very tricky one. I guess I know if I was put in that situation, I'd want to live for a bit. I'd want to go and enjoy my life, have a bit of fun. I'd at least want to have a bit of a bucket list to tick off before I go and sign my death sentence, basically. I'd happily do it because that's a great way to remember it. And it's a cool way to die, which I'll be happy for. I'd happily go out knowing that my brain could potentially create a vaccine to save the world. I'd love to go out that way. But I want to do it on my terms. My terms to like at least have a few things to enjoy first. I've just gone through this frustratingly long, painful journey to get to the Fireflies headquarters just to be put under and then nah. I want a bit of fun and enjoyment before I have my death sentence. There's no fear and worry. And speaking of, again, we were robbed of more zombie infected story. We had like a crappy 40-minute episode for the season finale. Why couldn't we have had an hour and a half again like we did with the season opener? The season opened up with an hour and a half episode. Why couldn't the finale be an hour and a half? Why couldn't we have had a bit more zombies in the last episode? Why did that all get cut out? I mean, I'm not too fussed about the whole zombie abomination thing being cut, but we could have at least gone into the hospital basement to find some night stalkers or clickers, one of the two, to go through a bit of an underground. Joel would have to go through the underground of the hospital to get to another part of the hospital or something to avoid a load of military people. To get around like a couple clickers or a couple night stalkers would have been great. Just something, just anything would have been better than nothing. That's one thing I do feel is where this episode fell short. Is just like, again, it just cut out too much. After next week, when I do my ranking of all the episodes that I've just watched for season one, I will be diving straight into season two without having played the game. I do kind of hope they don't cut too much, and maybe I can love the season a bit more without thinking too much and comparing it to the game. Maybe I can enjoy the season without nitpicking at it so much. Maybe I can just enjoy it for what it is, then play the game, and then compare the two. Because at least that way I can watch the season fresh without any hindrances of like, oh, it cut that out, it's missing this. So I feel like I've done it the best way around, even though I couldn't remember that much of the game as you guys have seen. That there were moments where I completely forgot what happened, I completely forgot key moments. Anyway, I've had fun with season one. I'm dying to get into season two, but I'll see you guys next week when I do my episode ranking. Until then, see you later.